All right, guys, and watch this video for Thursday. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, so the market closes at 1. The market's closed on Friday. I don't expect much volume, but there has just been some crazy movement. For those of you in the chat room, I've been saying this, and I don't want Wayne to think I'm trying to jinx him, but I mean, he's really got the hot hand. He's seeing things really well. So really keep an eye on him. Doesn't mean everything he posts is going to work, but man, he is seeing things well. Couple examples, and then we'll get to the watch list for what we're watching tomorrow. XL. I mean, look at that. Look at that daily candle. It's only been trading 2 days. Now, when I go to 5-minute candles, he called this over 20. What is that? We're 10 minutes in. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, those are 5-minute candles. I mean, the thing just went nuts. So this one's going to be on watch tomorrow. But what a great call. I mean, he got that before any of the chaos. He called GameStop, GME, through 20. Whole number inflection point with the earlier high above right there. Notice you're never underwater. Big rip. Another great call. He called FSR, another whole number inflection point through 16 right there. Never looked back. Had yesterday's high just above. CYCC, Kevin P called this over this tight flag. I mean, this is just a great call. You had the early pop and a tight flag, and we had the big move yesterday, right? So you got yesterday's high above. He called this over 680, said he would even add over 7, and look at that. I mean, the thing went to 884 at one point, again, without ever looking back. The calls in the chat have been amazing. I called RMG. Actually, I mentioned this earlier in the day. You know, probably looked like this. I said RMG topped out at 2650. Yesterday's high above. Anytime today, I like it through 2650. And again, didn't look back, and a really nice rip there. When that happened, I mentioned THCB, but I can't talk THCB, but I never did anything with it. But it, you know, when I mentioned it, it was probably like maybe at the half or right here, and it kept going. I did not get a trade in that one, but it's always nice to know the sympathy plays, right? And then GIK was being touted as a sympathy to XL that Citron called long. And so when I heard that, I called this one long, GIK through, okay, first it popped right here, went to 14.14, then sold off a bit, and I called it long. There was a seller on the tape at 14.10. My thinking is if it gets through that, gets back through the high of day, and it ripped too without looking back. So that is just a sample. If you missed chat today, it's a sample of what you missed. Some really good calls, and that's kind of the way it's been lately. Keep a close eye on Wayne, though. He's got the hot hand. All right, let me go to what I'm watching tomorrow. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. PLTR, possible, very close to 2-day high, being right at the same number. So over that 2-day high, I like that one. VFF, nice volume today. Broke a recent resistance point, but then ended up closing below it. But still big volume, so I want to watch that one. WNW, this is the one that went from like 10 to 160 a few days lower. It was actually my favorite little sleeper pick for a bounce play. And then I had me head up me arse when it triggered, and I didn't get anything. But I do want to watch it tomorrow because you kind of have a bullish engulfing candle. It engulfed all of yesterday's trading. So let's keep our eyes on that one tomorrow. EVGN. I kind of think this is in the pot space too, if I'm not mistaken. Strong volume. And pretty strong chart here. YCBD, another pot stock. Big bullish engulfing candle today. We'll see if it gets a follow-through day tomorrow. STIC. It's only been trading for a few days, but had a big rip today. Closing well off its highs. But as I'm talking right now, it's trading at 1580 in after hours. So I do think it's probably one to watch. Tomorrow, CURO just goes back on bounce watch, right? You got 3 days, 3 red days on lower volume after the big rip. Still think it's worth watching. HYLN, not the prettiest daily chart, but nice volume today. And I noticed it kind of mid-morning. I said, hey, this one's strong. Let's keep an eye on it. I never took a trade in it, but let's go to 60-minute candles real quick. It's kind of interesting back through 19 tomorrow maybe. What did it go to today? 1904. So maybe that thing's finally bottomed. We'll keep our eyes on that. It's an EV play. POLA, I don't know if this had news, but it's got a strong daily chart. It's also kind of extended, but we're going to keep it on watch. GP, another EV play, closing well off its highs, but certainly starting to curl up. BQ had this big pop about a week ago, pulled back, and then a secondary pop that actually took out this high before closing below it. Worth keeping an eye on, in my opinion. few more. GIK, again, sympathy to XL. So that's really extended, but if XL gets going again, I'm going to look to GIK and FII as potential. No, FIII. I left off an I. There you go. As potential. They're both really extended, but if XL gets going again, these are kind of my sympathy plays. They were posted in chat by Big Al. That he saw it somewhere on the internet. Someone said they're sympathy plays. So anyway, I think, and I got a couple nice trades in both of those today. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you don't attend trading tomorrow, have a very Merry Christmas. And don't forget, the market closes at 1 tomorrow and is closed on Friday. I'm done babbling. We'll talk to y'all later.